Well, hello and welcome to another impromptu live stream. And in this little live stream, we hope to get to the Skull and Crossbones Nebula as soon as I've finished crossing the void. And that's not where we're actually trying to get to. So this is where we were before, doing some animal experiments. We are now crossing the void. We're almost there, and then progress will proceed rather rapidly after that. We're just coming to the edge of the void, and then like I say, we'll reach this point and things will speed up dramatically in terms of travel time, which will be good. I just need to scan this terraformable water world, because that's 3 million credits in the kitty before we even get started. That's of course if I actually make it back alive. Hopefully the stream chat is working, and as soon as I've scanned this planet I will just check that the stream is all up and running. It's never good to assume, and again lose concentration and need to scroll some speed. There we go. Right. So obviously I've not been affected by the Frontier launcher bug. Probably mainly because I didn't need to use Elite Dangerous at the time. I'm just going to scan this one. It's the valuable one. This is 3 million credits right here. And who doesn't want 3 million credits? Alright, like I say, I will check the stream once I've scanned this planet. Okay, let's just now check and see that we're all up and running. So let's start by checking YouTube.
Surface scan complete.
Let's see. Okay. Live streaming. Are we live streaming? Yes, we are. That's all good. Okay, let's just check over on Twitch as well. And make sure we're streaming there as well. Yes, that does appear to be working as well. So we'll just do a test chat. And if that goes through, we're all good. And yes, it has. Oh, and YouTube's running quite quickly today. Fantastic. Right, so we've just scanned all the important bodies of this system, and now we just double check I have mapped, and mapped. Good stuff. That's not terraformable, so therefore we won't bother with that. So where do we go from here? So we're trying to get to the Skull and Crossbones Nebula. It's only 1,900 light years away, which isn't far at all, but at the moment I'm still struggling to get past the void, which essentially is a lack of stars. So this one here is 101 light years away. Let's have a look at my options. I think I will go for a big jump. No, that's definitely within my jump range. In fact, I could probably go for that one. Not makes any difference though. Why does that star? How bizarre. That star's not always showing. 88 light years. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, so maybe we'll just skip it then and go for the 4101. Which is a... FSD injection of standard. I've only got 3 left though. I really could do with some germanium, but we'll do this anyway because I think I'm almost past the void, which does mean that I will be able to get into the main cluster of stars and make much more progress. Much quicker progress even. Hey, Commander Blitz, how you doing? I salute you too. So what I'm up to at the moment is I'm just going to go to the Skull Nebula, and then I'm going to fire down one of the arms of the Milky Way to the Rosette Nebula, probably, and then back to civilization, or before the update arrives. I do like the challenge of taking the difficult way across the arms of the galaxy. So there's not a lot to see here, so let's see where we can go from here. Are we actually in a point of range yet? Really? Plotting failed? We can't be far off now. Let's have a look. So star density, as you can see, is increasing at this point here, which is what, 200 light years away, not even that. So at the moment, with current jump range of 69.66, I have one option, which is to go back on myself. So I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's increase the range. Our target there, like I said, it's not far away. We're just trying to get past the void though. So let's just boost our range up a tad and see if that will give me some options. Oh, that one's only 70 light years away, so that's definitely an option. Right, I don't want to use too many. In fact, I'm going to have to be careful because I think I've only got 2 boost jumps available. So I'm going to take the longest jump there, which is 81. Excuse me, but I'm going to have to be careful because I only have 2 big jumps left. So could be taking a risk, but where's the adventure if there's no risk? Let's do a basic injection. That leaves me with 1 more jump. Okay, starting to have doubts now, but it's a bit late now. I've done it. I could end up dying in space now. Who says there's no danger in exploration? You can see the nebula just over there. Looking at it now. That's where we're heading to. It won't take us long to get there. Once we get past this gap in the galaxy arm. Now, if I do get short on those long-range jumps or jumpanium, I just need to make sure I get to a network of stars where I'm guaranteed to get the resource I need. If I don't, and for example, if this system doesn't have any planets in it, I could be in trouble.
System scan.
Oh no, I didn't want to hear that noise. System scan complete. Which means that there's no planets.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, now I'm going to have to really think. Let's see where we can go on the... Oh, I wish it would stop doing that. If it plots to... No, it hasn't plotted the route. Okay, right. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to be really savvy now. Because I have one more extended jump available. Okay. Right. So this could be interesting. Okay, there's stars over here. So, I mean, if I was to jump that one there, which I can't, it's too far, it gives me a network of stars where I hopefully can find the resource I need. I need to be really careful. This one looks like a safe option. I think I might be able to get a network of stars there. But before I do that, I'm going to have to jump to this system. And hope that it has the resource I need, because I don't need to do a jump boost for that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh dear. This could get really interesting. If there are no planets in this next system with germanium on, there may be trouble ahead. Oh yeah. Could be interesting. Okay, fingers crossed for some planets then. Blitz, thank you. I've got this. Well, let's hope so, because if I haven't, I'm about to suicide live on air. Oh dear, that's not good. That's really not good. Okay, I'm going to have to do some serious thinking now. This isn't a good situation to be in at all. Okay, so let's just check the inventory. We have one jump left. Oh, one extended jump. And I need to make sure that I find, this is quite tense, a network of systems that will get me germanium, because you can see I've only got one left, which is why I only have one of any of the jumps that I need. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is go back to the system I just came from. Oh, I wish it would stop doing that. Blimey, this is going to get interesting. Hey Cal, how's it going? What's wrong? So I'm taking the difficult route because I like a challenge, across the void towards the Skull Nebula, and I've gone from here over and across the void to here. Now in this area here, of course, there's hardly any stars, and I've used lots and lots and lots of jumponium. The trouble is that I only have one lot of jumponium left, and I haven't found any planets yet, let alone with any with jumponium on. So, and I've just made a jumponium jump, so I'm really in a bit of trouble, really. I've got one jump left, so I need to go back to this system first, which gets me a little bit closer, and then we'll go from there basically and see how we get on. So I need to jump back to the other system, because there's no planets in this system. There's no planets in the system I'm just jumping to, and I have one jump left of extended range. And if I don't find a planet, or I can't find a network of stars to get me out of the void, I am dead. It's that straightforward. So, this might be a short stream. Who knows? Right, I don't want to scoop any fuel because I've already got plenty. Right, I just need to make sure where I get to will get me what I want. And I'll just show you now, there are no planets in this system, which is a bit of an issue. No planets. No, not even a chance of going to an asteroid belt and trying to mine some germanium. So we now need to study the galaxy map very carefully, because my next jump needs to be a jump that involves using my last batch of germanium. I'm trying to get across the void. Let's just focus in on the situation. Okay, here we are. So now if we just go sort of just this far, look, I'm fine. Yeah, we can make fast progress. There's plenty of stars there. However, we just come back a smidgen to where we are. I need to use jumponium, and I need to make sure wherever I end up there is enough stars to get me in a good chance of finding germanium. So I'm going to have to make a maximum jump. I've basically got, let me just show you, I've got on my inventory, I've got one basic jump, one standard, and one premium, which doubles my distance. So it doesn't, I might as well go for a premium and get as far as I can, but I need to make sure that I end up in an area that gives me a good choice of systems where I can find germanium, because that's what I'm lacking. As you can see there, germanium, one left. So this is quite tense now. I need to really study the galaxy map. So first of all, I'm going to tell it that I'm going to do an FSD boost with a maximum range, and this will plot some lines and tell me where I can or can't get to. And I wish I could figure out how to disable that, because it keeps going to that route and it's not going to. How do I stop doing it? I don't know. Right, okay, so here's my options. I need a good cluster of stars. Preferably, I would like to head closer towards out of the void, because here I'll be okay. So I need to make sure wherever I end up, I can access a network of stars or systems. So obviously if I jump to this location, I've at least got those two systems there. Yeah, but that's risky. This one at the moment I'm feeling is probably the one that's worth doing, because from there it looks like I can access at least 1, 2 systems, maybe 3. It's really hard to tell, and this is why, in actual fact, no, that looks quite far. This is why we need a system. You know, if I could click that and say start here, end there, how far is it? That would be great, but there's no tool in the game for that. And they look close, but they're not always that close, as you can tell that I'm having to use jumponium now. Carl, if the worst happens and you're stuck, use an alt account to rescue yourself. How can you though? How can you? If you need jumponium, I don't have enough jumponium to get back. The system that the last system that I jumped from, where I needed jumponium, didn't have any planets. So there is no way. I've got one jump left. So I don't know how an alternate account could possibly give me germanium. How could you possibly do that? You can't transfer materials, can you? So I don't see how I could possibly achieve that. Of course, if you know before I make this jump, that'd be great. How you can transfer germanium from one account to another. But at the moment, I don't believe that's possible. So that's where we're trying to get to. We've got one jump in the can. See, would that, if I jump to there, would that get me to enough systems? There's just no way of telling. I mean, obviously it'll get me to that one, but if neither of these two systems have jumponium, I'm dead. This really isn't that good a situation to be in, to be honest. And because I can't measure the distance between the stars, I really don't know what would be a safe jump. I mean, if I was to jump there, could I get to these two and hope to find what I need? Because if I can't, really isn't good at all. This is not good. I'm trying to sound happy about it all, but I'm really not. Because I've got a load of data. Oh, thanks, Cal. You don't know, just throwing it out there. Okay, right. Oh, man, this is really not good. Okay, this is crazy. See, I'm not confident. This doesn't look like it's going to get me very... I mean, what's that there? Was that a system close by? I'm going to have to get technical here, I think. So, that's 75 light years. What do? Put a piece of string on the screen? Well, my last save point is where I am now. Blitz. So hang on. Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to. Right. I'm gonna grab a bit of paper. I'm gonna have to use paper and pen here. Right. Which doesn't work very well in 3D. But I'm gonna have to make a rough guess. So, excuse me, I'm trying to mark on the screen now. Right, so let's go for... That's a distance of 75 light years. Okay, now my maximum range is not 75 light years. It is, at best, on a good day, 69. And that is... 75. So if I keep the same distance, bring this up to a maximum jump. Oh, this is really not good. Oh, station. The last station was the Rosette Nebula, I think, which is all the way over here somewhere. Around here. Jellyfish. Rosette there. That was the last place I saved. But from there I went out around here, all the way down here, all the way around there, and basically elite status. Oh, blimey. Do you know what? The only way I could actually possibly tell if I could make a certain jump is if someone else was here and could tell me how far the next closest stars are. Hey Barnard, I'm only 46,000 light ways. 46,000, yeah. My other account is probably around the same. In fact, mine is at the Galaxy Core at the moment. Ah, this is not good. It really isn't. If I... Oh, hang on. See, I think if I jump to this one, which is 124 light years away, looking at that... See, even there it only looks like 2 systems. So that gives me 3 systems. I don't think I could get to that one from there. And I've got no easy way of telling. I mean, that's on the same sort of distance, actually. No, see, that's... If I follow that grid line... and get that out of the way. They are pretty much on a level, aren't they? So this is how you have to try and measure distance. From there to there is 81 light years. Alright? That star is kind of almost on there, maybe give or take. If I follow that down, it takes me to there. So that's going to be 81 light years from there to that system. So if I jump to there, I can't get to that system. I can get to that system. And then from there, where can I go? How many squares is that? I mean, this is crazy. If I don't zoom in, let's have a look. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's roughly, each square is a light year. Okay, sorry, each square is 10 light years. So if I was at that system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could possibly, but then if you extend it, maybe not. Okay, I think I might be in a bit of trouble. I need to find a jump point that will get me to a cluster of stars that will hopefully have the resource that I need. And the only way I can be certain of that is by having a ship at any one of these endpoints that can tell me where I can jump to, or whether or not, of course, they have the resources I need. See, if I jump back to there, I can only get to there, so I'm not going to get any joy there because, just check, it's not even a landable planet. Okay, what on earth do I do? That's the furthest jump towards the main area of stars, I think. Oh no, is it not? See, that is what type of class star? Well, there's three stars. The K star is more likely to have the type of resource I want, and this has got 2 F class stars. But I have no way of knowing if there are any planets in those systems, and if there aren't, it's game over, I think. I don't think there's another possible jump from those 2. Oh man, this is bad. This is bad. How can I try and make sure I've got a best chance? I wonder if there are any fuel rats close by that might be able to point me in the right system to go to. Do you think this might be a case for I've never had to call the fuel rats, but I'm in a bit of trouble now, and I need to make sure that the system I move to or try to jump to will get me the resource I need? Do you know, maybe that's the solution? Do you think? Call the fuel rats? It'd be really embarrassing. I've never caught them before, but I'm in trouble. I can't make a jump. I can't make a choice. I think I'm going to have to call the fuel rats. I think that is my only way of survival. A certain survival, anyway. I just can't see I can't risk jumping to that system there and then that one and that one, because that's the only choice I've got from there. And if none of those have germanium, as the famous quote from Aliens, it's game over, man. Game over. Oh, right, okay. So do I need to go to Discord or something? I need to know. Fuel rats. Anyway, how do you contact the fuel rats? Where would I find fuel rats? Do I need to Google fuel rats? Block. Get help. I don't actually need fuel. Okay, so do I need to choose low on? Alright, so I'll put. There's only option for fuel, but I don't want fuel. I want Jamponium. Please enter your details below. Oh, right, Commander Nan. Right, so bloodiness system name. Oh, blimey, system name. I am in HYPIAEWSY. HYPIAEWSY. IR. I do have Discord, by the way, but I don't know what their Discord is. IR ND6-0. Am I on emergency oxygen? No, I'm not. Oh, it's put me into a system. Okay, should we display the IRC? Okay, let me see if I can get the IRC chat up. Hang on, let's disconnect that window so that you guys can see it as well. Okay, it's interesting what they're saying. Right, let me just come out of the galaxy map in a minute. Okay, right, so I've got plenty of fuel at the moment. And if I need fuel, I can go and scoop it from the star. So I definitely don't need fuel. I'm fine for fuel. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to see now if I can see what happens. If I can actually show you what I'm seeing. So let's see if I can add a component. So I'm chatting with them at the moment. How far out am I? I did type in my system name. He's asking me how far away I am. So this is very interesting. I can always switch to my other account for the stream. So how far am I? Can I not just give him a system name? Let's just see. Let's see what we can do. Unfortunately, my Anaconda, which has got jump range galore. Oh, if it goes to that system one more time, how can I stop it doing that? Oh, I know what. I'll just plot a route to myself and then it'll stop it doing it. Right, okay. Well, it's there. Right. Okay. So, I'm just going to give them my system name. So, it's HYPI AEWSY IR -N D60. I'm not convinced that's my system actually, but anyway. That is where I am. Okay. Oh, actually, I've given them my my wrong commander name. We have a rap for you, just trying to find you a system with germanium. Do you have an SLV? So I've told them that I've got a jump available of up to 120 light years, and they're going to have a look to see if they can find me a system, because I'm guessing they've got a database of systems that have been already explored. Any one of these systems, of which there are plenty, they have a place already. No way. They have apparently they found me a place already. That is darn quick. So they certainly have a database then. Oh, this would be cool. So I'm kind of, I will obviously give the fuel rats a mention. Okay. Wow. Let's have a look. They've given me a planet, a system. Let's have a look. If this works, this is going to be awesome. Apparently, that is the system. Hang on, I just need to mark that a second. I'm just typing to them. I'm just saying. I'm just telling them that I'm on a live stream now. So apparently this system here will have germanium on it. They're waving. So let me just see if I can show the IRC chat. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll see if I can add a component. What do you want? No, cancel that. Okay. This is really cool. So let me just see if I can show you the chat. It would be nice. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will show you my second screen just so you can see it. Display capture. And what do we want to capture? It be that one. Oh, it's going to do a lot of mirroring. But what I will do is if I OK that and move my OBS out the way over here, then you should be able to get the main gist of it. And then I can show you it. In fact, I'm already showing you it. Brilliant. So there you go. Okay, so we go then. You can see live that I've got help from the fuel rats. And the system that I've just marked here, I'm just going to double check that. I really don't want to make the wrong jump. Is HYPI AWESY DL-P D5-1. And Planet 1 has 1.6% of germanium, and Planet 2 has 4.6. Right, okay, this now before not that I'm skeptical, but before I make the jump, I'm just going to tell these guys that they're awesome. Right, so let's go back to the game then. Here we are. That's the jump we need to make. It is going to be a maximum jump. So here we go. We're going to do our last frame shift drive boost. As you can see, I'm not joking, we really do only have one injection left. And it's going to be the big one. Premium. The tension. Let me just catch up on the text as well now whilst I've been doing that. So Barnard, yeah, dispatching someone out here might not come out here. It was more about knowing where to go. So obviously they've got an effective database, and because it's like a thinly sparse area, I can't. Why does that just say? It has charged it, right? I was looking away there. I better have charged my drive. Otherwise, that will be a support request. Right, let's double check. That is not the system I want to go to, and I am so glad I double checked. I want to go here. Okay, so I do have 138 light years. That's a relief. Right, I'm so glad I double checked that, because that would have really messed me up. Okay. Right. I'm gonna have to be careful here that I don't get double caught. How many okay, I know I've got at least, if I get some more germanium, then I'll have at least 5 more massive jumps. That's cool. Right. Alright, Barnard, yeah, well, I've stopped streaming them now, and so I just wanted to show you the help that I got, that was all. There wasn't a lot going on, to be honest. It was just that, but yeah, apologies if that caused any sharing breaches. I just wanted to say thanks to the fuel rats, that was all. Okay, so I think we're in position now. I have to be doubly sure that we are going to the right place. Yes, that all looks good. 110 light years. There we go. And this is to rescue me from my horrible situation that I'm in.
Frameshift drive charging.
And we hope to find some germanium, or we are going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, and they've just followed up by telling me that there is another system not far away that has lots more jumponium, which is great of them. Let's just make sure we can get some germanium from here. Okay, there's planets, it's a good start.
Fuel scooping.
19 bodies, okay, I've got a feeling I should be okay.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, they're still chatting to me at the moment, but I just want to make sure I find the planets first. I'm just looking for the word germanium. There's germanium, but can I land on it? That's the problem. We don't know. It's got polonium on it as well. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's quickly scan the system. And then I'll go back to the fuel rats and say thank you. Blitz, a bit of delay in chat, yeah, as always. Okay. Let's quickly scan these. Oh, wow, I thought I was going to have to close down my new Explorer account there for a moment and leave it until at such time that I could bring back my other account to go and explore the area and find the systems that I needed. But fuel rats to the rescue, so thank you very much. And I will ensure that I give them a big thank you in the forums as well. And of course Reddit. I'm just doing a quick scan of these systems just and find the most useful. This will be another gas joint system. Hey Zabidan, how you doing? Zabidan, thanks for the follow as well. The system full of jumponium is that. Have you come in across from the fuel rats, Zabidan? Is that correct? As you've mentioned the same one also in the IRC chat, I believe. So I'm kind of focused on 3 different things at once at the moment. I'm not really interested in geology or biology right now. It's just germanium. Okay. Thank you very much for the system information. Once I get this germanium, I will have at least 5 maximum range jumps, which will definitely get me into an area. Now I recognise that follower, and how on earth am I meant to say that? XN3RD, many thanks for the follow, and many thanks as well for the help in the Fuel Rat IRC chat. 100%. Yes, and this is Commander Bloody Nutter. This one is my other account now, The Nutter, and I was trying to make things hard for myself by crossing the void in the Galactic Arm, and I kind of made a gun-ho decision to do a jump and didn't find any planets, so it only left me one system, one more jump, and so therefore I had to try and get control back on my computer at the moment. Oh, okay, wrong area. Right. Yeah, so I had to come to the fuel rats there to make sure that the jump I made didn't leave me in hot water, and basically with no germanium. Okay, lots of landables. That's always a good sign. So we're looking for germanium. Okay, so the rarest resource on there. Has it got... Oh, that's handy. So we've got germanium there. There's also volcanism. And germanium. Okay, there's germanium everywhere. Arsenic as well. No germanium on that one. Germanium on that one. And polonium. I'm kind of okay for that in a moment. Well, I feel a lot better now that I can see germanium coming up on my... oh, that one looks like a good candidate. That's got arsenic as well, which is what I'm after as well. I think that'll be the one. Actually, it's already looking like the one, so I'm going to mark that one. It has no volcanism though, which is a bit... Zabadan, correct. Yes, so you are from the fuel rats as well. You guys are awesome, and thank you very much indeed. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your help, and I will, as I have done quite a few times already, giving you a mention, but I will also give you a shout out in the forums and all that good stuff. And yeah, like I said, I'm just multitasking here. Germanium. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever to call on the fuel rats. I didn't want to run out of fuel, but I've just took a bit of a risk. Thought I could make it to a cluster of stars, and only had one option left. So I played the safe card and called the fuel rats, and I'm really glad I did. So thank you very much, guys. In terms of finding stuff, I might go for this site actually for the germanium. Yeah, let's go for that. It's got some, and it's close to the star as well, and it's got germanium. It's got volcanicity, which means that I can find stuff easier. Here's Abidan. I've always asked for and Frontier to give me a tool that will allow me to measure distance between stars in the galaxy map, and there just isn't one. And trying to eyeball it, I kind of could work out that I didn't look like I'd reach a cluster of stars, so I had to, well, basically, yeah, rely on a database that does actually have that information. The fuel rats has come to my aid, and therefore I'm very grateful. So now, yeah, fellow rats, indeed. I salute the rats. I put it in the text chat as well. Right, okay, let's not crash and burn on the planet though, because that would be a funny ending, wouldn't it? Alright, it would help if I actually scan the planet as well, of course. Right, I'll go for the volcanic activity area because obviously that makes it easier for me to find resources that I want. Get somewhere where the sun's shining. The star. Right, there we go, perfect. I'll have that one right there. Yeah, definitely. Switch to combat mode because that view doesn't show me a lot. Hopefully it's not in a giant crater. And if anyone's watching this and they play Elite Dangerous and you ever do run out of fuel, which is something explorers suffer a lot from, and of course people within the bubble as well that forget this fuel scoop, just Google the fuel rats and they will sort you out. Nerd cake, indeed. I see the name. Fantastic. Yes, thank you. I get it now. It makes perfect sense. It was the X's before which threw me, but now, of course, Nerd Cake. Great name, and thank you for your assistance as well, sir. I salute you. we will now go and get some germanium. By hook or by crook. And just so you can see, it's the one in red. No jumps available. So it really was my last jump. So I really appreciate the help there. And now the sun is shining, or the star. And I think it's iron magma we've got to look forward to on this one. Age Night 22, greetings. How are you? I've just been saved by the fuel rats in terms of finding a system that I could get to with germanium, because as you can see, I ran out and I didn't have an option, so they've just saved my bacon. Otherwise I would have had to shut down my account for a while whilst I brought another commander back to explore the area and find somewhere I could go. Oh, I've just remembered this is high gravity. Okay, let's give it a bit of thrust. There we go. That would have been funny if I face planted, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't actually. Anyway, what is it anyway? 1.3 G. Okay, so it does make landing a bit difficult. If you're used to landing on moons with no gravity, when you come into a planet that's got high gravity, it can come as a bit of shock when you suddenly start descending faster than you're used to. Which is why I always ensure my exploration ships have boost, because you can boost yourself out of trouble. So yeah, only landables have materials listed. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, obviously, when we get to atmospheric landings, obviously those materials will be available then there as well, I guess. Whenever that happens, right? Okay, so we can now deploy my SRV. And of course, you don't have to have an SRV when you're in this situation. If you are exploring and you, for whatever reason, lost your SRV, you don't need to get into your SRV and go and pick up resources, because there is another way. And that is, you can just use your ship. Now, let's have a look. We want germanium, got contacts, crystalline fragments. Okay, let's go. I do prefer worlds with a bit more gravity, to be honest, because otherwise you end up floating around all over the place and it can get quite frustrating sometimes. That's chromium, you don't want that. Now, fuel scoop would help. Or cargo scoop, should I say. Now really, the needle crystals should give me germanium, but they don't seem to. It works on the needle crystals give you the rarest resource. Now you think the rarest resource would be the one that was, you know, in what's the word, at the bottom of the list. Cadmium C, I don't want that either. And if you wonder what I'm talking about, I'll just quickly show you the what's on this particular planet. So needle crystals is the rarest object you can shoot from geology. Therefore, it should give you the rarest object of the planet, but it tends to give you the rarest in order of rarity within the whole galaxy instead. So, for example, if polonium was in the middle here, and I shot needle crystals, I wouldn't get germanium. I would get polonium, because it goes on the resource rarity rather than the planet rarity, and I wish it would be around the other way, because it would make my life a lot easier. Okay, so what we're looking for, let's try and I've got no needle crystals around anyway, so I'm gonna have to take potluck now. I'm gonna have to go searching out for just normal see, that's all in the same zone as germanium in terms of rarity. So although I found a germanium planet and a site where you can get resources, highest couple, I'm certainly not going to get germanium from that. because that will give me the lowest or least rare, or the most common, probably easier way of saying it, of resources, and that won't be germanium, that's for sure. It'll be something like iron or all that good stuff. So crystalline fragments and clusters and needle crystals are the ones that I want. I'm not sure which is the rarest out of the order of stuff on this planet, to be honest. So that's manganese. Crystalline fragments. I still need germanium. Just check the engine power there. Make sure it's come a proper on a high G world in my SRV. I only have one. Okay. What's that? Manganese, come on. I want germanium. Don't they know who I am? I'm after germanium, don't you know? Oh, we don't want pious couple. Oh, needle crystals. Okay, I'll be interested to see what I get from needle crystals, because this will be the rarest resource of the planet. Well, the rarest resource, not the rarest resource on the planet. It could be the most common resource on the planet, but if, according to Frontier Development, if it's the rarest resource galaxy-wide, then that's what it'll be. And it is, drum roll, as I suspected, ruthenium, which means that all the needle crystals won't have my germanium. If I go back to the list of resources on this planet again, that's what I was. That is actually rarer in terms of galaxy wise, but on not in planet wise, as this sort of works out. So I want crystalline clusters are probably my. Oh, that'll do. Crystalline clusters are probably my best bet to get germanium. Oh, and Savidan's already just said it in. Oh, that was a massive delay. Rats are awesome. Why is that so late? Wow, that's a massive delay. Yeah, sorry, we came to the same conclusion as I read the text there. Come on. Oh no, it's cadmium. Let's go for a crystalline cluster. I don't know what's going on in the chat there, it's had a bit of a fit. Right, we still need some germanium. Oh dear, overcooked it there. Hey, what you do, rats, are fantastic. Like I say, I will be sure to give you guys a proper shout. Guys and girls, a proper shout. Niobium, what do we have to do to get germanium? I may have to go old school and not use... no, Pious Cobble's not going to have what I want. We'll try needle crystals, you never know, we might get lucky and get the second rarest. It'll probably be ruthenium or whatever it's called, which ain't going to help me much. Let's see. Oh dear, oh dear. It's a bad day. We're having a bad day. What does the efficiency bonus when you scan a surface? Oh right, it gives you an extra payout. So if it takes 6 probes and you do it in 5, you get a bonus payout. To be honest, the payout's not amazing. But if you upgrade your probes at an engineer to do a bigger scan radius, then you should never have to. Well, you should never not get your bonus. To be honest, even with a standard probe, you shouldn't struggle too much if you're careful about how you do your probing. Where's the crystalline fragments? I can't see them. Try the other side again. Actually, try looking, I suppose, would help. Ah, there they are. Germanium, please, come on. Oh, this is hard work. I think I might have to go old school at this rate and just go and look for some. Let's switch that off. Crystalline clusters. And just look for some standard geological features that are on the planet. Because this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, you're right, Zabadan. How much money is... What is that? I didn't check it. Nope, still no germanium. Maybe I should try a different location. Let's go back to the system map. Sorry. Germanium. Is that volcanism? Yeah. Iron magma. 3G, that'd be a challenge. Oh, it's got polonium in it. Oh, silicate vapor geysers. They might be more interesting to look at as well. I think, actually, if we go to this high G world, it might be more fun. So, I've just selected that. Why didn't it? Why can't I select? Is that because I'm not in my ship? Since when did they make that change? Selection unavailable in SRV. Ridiculous. Right, let's go back to my ship. Let's go and have some fun with silicate vapor geysers on a high G world. And then we can definitely crash and burn. Yeah, all I can tell you on the probing bonus thing is it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of credits, really. When you look at the summary, when it comes up, you think, really? What's the point of doing probing efficiency? Let's just try this last crystalline cluster. Let's see if we can provide me with some germanium. You have to be careful on high G worlds in an SRV as well, because if you do hit a rock, if it's a high G world, it's going to really hurt. And I wish they'd sort of... Oh, look at that. Still not any germanium. It will hurt a lot because of the high G forces. Can make a big difference and ruin your day. Let's try and go and play with silicate vapor geysers instead. Okay, it's board ship. And then watch the bug where my engine pips go to 0. And look at that, engine pips to 0. It's really not good when you're on a high G world, and this isn't as high G as the one that we're going to go to. Right, so let's go and choose that destination and find ourselves some germanium. And whilst I'm doing that, I can give you some tips on landing on a high G world. Yeah, it's definitely not. Oh, do you want to see an outside launch? Let's do that. You deserve it, right? So there we go. This is my Phantom Explorer. I've had all sorts. I've been attacked by aliens. That's what these marks are. These scars are from playing and investigating biological stuff out in the deep. No, you might think I've been attacked by Thargoids, but no, I've not. It's damage from some biological stuff that I was experimenting on. Has caused quite a bit of caustic damage to my ship. Anyway, you want to see a launch from the outside, right? Obviously. So, yeah, there's lots of scars on it. Which way are we going to do this? Let's have a look for a view. With a star. Okay, we'll come around this way. Okay. We'll go for something like that, I guess. Got a bit of star action going on. Okay. Engage engines. Retract landing gear. Bit more vertical thrust. Careful as we go. And do we want to I can't rotate the ship too much if you're wondering, because what will happen is it will slip back down towards the ground, because anything but the vertical thrusters and rear thrusters are strong enough to cope with anything above 1G, depending on how much they've been engineered. There we go. Now we can get going and give you a bit of a pleasant flight scene and head off to our next planet with a bit of boost. There we go. Alright, let's get back in the ship. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, the chat seems to be really far behind on my local chat here. Anyway, so apologies if I don't. Let's just close down that. I'm just going to close down the fuel rat IRC, but thanks guys for that. That was awesome. And just see if I can get a grip of why my chat is so far behind. Okay, yeah, well, that is far behind. I might even have to restart my my restream chat, my local client, that is. Yeah, there's a massive delay, isn't there? I'm just going to restart my restream chat. There is a massive delay. Right, let's try restarting my restream chat. See if that fixes it. Okay, I've restarted it and see if my local client catches up. In fact, I might reset the cache on there as well, because I can see that someone's found a ringed earth and all sorts going on Twitch. And what am I using to control the camera and the ship at the same time? Well, essentially what I do is I get the camera and ship. Let me just get into Super Cruise.
Frameshift drive charging.
I get the ship in a position or camera in position where I want to use it from, and then from there I just go into free flight mode. And what happens is the camera, when you get a certain distance, will get dragged along by the object that you're controlling, whether it be SRV or ship. And so that's how I can do the that view where you can basically follow the ship along, or the SRV along, whilst you fly at the same time. And obviously if you're like me, I'm only on 55% hull due to lots of caustic attacks by certain biological life that I found. Yeah, don't do it. Practice first before you go out into the middle of nowhere like I am right now in the galaxy, because if you do face plant anything whilst you're doing your third person view, so to speak, you will basically blow up, and that won't be good. Barnard's described it very well there as well in Twitch chat. I have no idea why my normal chat is going so slow. I may have to re-update it. Okay, I'm still trying to get away from the surface of this. We're not making much pace here, are we? We are on 4 beams, and the planet I want to go is behind that star. Why is it going so slow? Come on. I think I was trying to get... Must be a rather large gravity well there holding me back. And oh, ringed earth lights are kind of like that is the top prize, really, isn't it? I've only found one myself. I have one ringed earth light with my name on. They are ultra rare. So congratulations. It may have already been discovered, but has it been mapped as well? That's the question. In fact, the ringed earth light that I found, I've not gone back to map it, so someone else could have mapped it by now. Who knows? he pass too fast here? Or he's going to slow down. 8 probes. Oh, this is a biggie. Come on. Hurry up. One over there. One over there. One over there. One in the middle. And one behind. That's the scan. Now, this planet is over 3G. So... have I done enough to scan that? No. So 5 probes, what we got left. Oh, there's a big gap round there at the back. And there's quite a big gap there at the top. So let's fire one into the horizon there. I might just do it. But yeah, I thought I'd take opportunity, seeing as we are where we are. And my local chat is completely not working at all now. So I'm using Twitch chat to relay what's going on. Zeno's got 4 with his name on, I think, but been doing lots of looking around for the Earth lights now, so that wasn't enough. Okay. I honestly don't know why the chat's not responding very well. I need to do one behind the back here, somewhere about there. Hopefully that'll do the job. I'm on 84%. I need to scan the planet anyway because I want to find the geological places, so I need to do it. But where I was going with that is that this is a high G world, so I just wanted to show you the perils of high G worlds. So, what was it? Just 29 biological, okay. So yeah, what we want to do now is find a place to land. But this planet, I believe, is 3G, over 3G, something like that. It makes a massive dramatic difference to how your ship will react. So we're going to go for this site here, and I'm going to show you what happens on a 3G planet. Now I will get a G indicator on my HUD. There we go. So we're up to 1.5 G at the moment. You can see it counting up as we get closer to the surface. Now it's on 1.7 G. If I rotate like that, you can see it clearer. So it's like 1.9, and then up to 2G. So that's twice the gravity of Earth already. And I don't have powerful thrusters because it's an exploration ship. Approaching 2.2G, 2.3. You can see it counting up there. And I'll show you how that affects the ship. Because if you're an explorer and you're on a high G world, you're probably going to have a very nasty ending with your ship exploding on the planet's surface if you're not careful. And this ship is pretty underpowered in terms of thrusters. So I'll show you how to land on a high G world as a bonus item. So we're up to 2.8 G now. Also looking at the planet. Where are we now? 2.9. We're about to go into orbital, sorry, not orbital cruise, but the glide mode. 2.9 G. We're going to hit 3. Yep, there we go. That's 3G. So that's 3 times the gravity of Earth. Pretty unpleasant. I'm going to level out now, ready for my glide approach. And it looks pretty rocky down there as well, so it's going to be probably quite difficult to land. So I've set myself a bit of a challenge. I've only got a 55% hull, and on a high G world like this, and just checking I've got enough fuel. Running out of fuel at this point would be really funny, because my ship wouldn't drop like a stone. It would drop like a stone in a vacuum with 3G's worth of gravity on it, basically. Very quickly is the short answer. Okay, so this is how we do it. So this is the highest G planet, I believe, in this system. We're on to 3.1 G now. Anything above 1 G is tricky, can be tricky for an explorer, depending on the ship and the thrusters. The key thing is that you try and keep your ship level, because in Elite Dangerous, your vertical thrusters and your rear thrusters are the only thrusters on your ship that can combat high G worlds. And that's to enable you to take off, and obviously, well, that's pretty much it really, is to enable you to take off from a horizontal position. So the first thing you do on a high G world when you're coming into land is you come off the throttle. My throttle is right off. Okay, and you can see that I'm slowing down to 120, so I can give it a little nudge of thrust if I want, but look how quickly I accelerate. You have to be careful. So I'm going to get down to about 3 kilometers, and then it's off on the thrusters because momentum will keep you moving. I'm down to 3 kilometers now. Off the throttle, I'm not slowing down very quickly. So now I'm going to level out and get my speed under control, because the rest of what I need to do now to land will not involve using forward thrust. So I'm just controlling it by leveling out. If I level out, and that's level there on the zeros. Okay, I'm now in control of my ship, and there's a lot of gravity pulling my ship down. In fact, it's 3.13 G at the moment. Now what you don't do now really, although I've got the height to do it just to demonstrate, is to just pull down on your thrusters, because as you can see, I've gone up to 30 kilometers there just by tapping the downward thrust. And you don't want to do that when you're near the ground, because that's a heavy landing, and with 55% hull you don't want to be doing that. So the way that you do it, if I just get the speed down to 0, my thrust is still off. I'll just show you there, that's now off. The way that I make the landing is that I can lower my landing gear for a start. That always helps. And then I just point the nose down and to the point where the ship starts slipping forwards. And on 3.1 Gs, it's starting to get hard to control now. And there we go. We've now started slipping forwards. So on a 0 G world or a low G world, my forward thrusters would be able to stop my ship from sliding towards the ground, but reverse thrust is not going to make any difference to that descent. Now I'm leveling up to control that speed and bring it back down. And to show you that, if I put reverse thrust on, that's reverse thrust. Okay, I've got reverse thrust on now, full reverse thrust, and I can't control my ship. I can't reverse out of the situation. So as you can see, there's my rear thrusters. Now I think it's a bug that the thrusters stop displaying the animation, but essentially I'm still on full reverse thrust and I can't stop the ship from crashing into the ground. Okay, so let's control this now. I've got my landing gear down. I now need to find somewhere to land, of course, so let's get back to forward thrust gently, and the rest of this now will be done with no thrust whatsoever and just slipping forwards and letting gravity do the work. We're now up to 3.13 Gs. So I need to slide down towards the ground. In fact, you can get the shadow of the ship there to see what I'm doing, I guess. 23 meters to go. And then just pointing the nose down, no thrust, and letting gravity do the work. Down to 15, 14, 12. And now I'm almost where I need to be. 10 meters from the ground. I can now just a bit of forward thrust, trying to keep level as I can, and look for that blue zone landing indicator. There we go. So I'm 10 meters, quick tap, and I am down. There we go. Safely landed on a 3G world. Awesome. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat, so it's making it a bit difficult for me to follow the chat at the moment. I know you're having a chat in between each other on Twitch there, and probably also on YouTube, which in fact I think pretty much everybody's watching on, or 2 people watching on YouTube. So sorry about the chat delay, but if you want to sort of stay in time with the chat, Twitch is the place to be. My restream chat is basically balked, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it off. I could try refreshing the cache. Let's try that. I don't know what's going on, but it needs a refresh for sure. Okay, I've refreshed it. If it doesn't work, I'll just switch it off because it doesn't seem to be of much use. But if you go into Twitch and look at the chat in there, you can then chat with everybody else that is watching. Okay, so we're on the ground. What we need to do now, of course, is get in the SRV. So this is the 3G world, and obviously not only does it apply to the ship in terms of being careful, it also matters in terms of your SRV. If you collide with an object in your SRV, just changing the scanner range a bit, you're going to have an unhappy day if you're driving at speed on a high G world. So you have to be careful. Oh dear. Oh. Okay, so still not found any germanium yet. Crystalline fragments. So yeah, and the SRVs do react very differently in high G worlds. Chromium. What does the guy have to do to get germanium? It won't be in this pious cobble, I can tell you that right now. Crystalline fragments. Okay, what do we got? Chromium. Let's try to apply. It's not going to give me what I want. I know it isn't. What we got? Nickel. Yeah, standard low quality. I've shot it. I might as well collect it. Right. Where am I expecting to find? Let's just go back to the planet a minute. End of resources. So germanium should be in crystalline clusters. Really. But at the moment, not having a lot of luck. That's pious cobble. We don't want any of that lot. Crystalline fragments may well have germanium as well as a chance. Clusters or fragments. I think this planet also had. No, this is a lot different driving 3G. This crater's more like a cliff with all the gravity. I believe the rarest resource is polonium. Zinc, oh, come on. What is the rarest resource? I never checked. I've got a memory like a goldfish. Polonium. So if I can guarantee getting polonium from needle crystals. Yeah, but I don't want polonium right now, although it's always handy to have. I actually need germanium. So if needle crystals come up, well, I've got these crystalline clusters anyway. So the majority of them are in front, so let's go for that. Not too fast though, otherwise we will be scraping the chassis somewhat. What does it? Please give me some germanium. Why can't you swap resources anyway in Elite Dangerous? Right, well there's needle crystals, so I'll just prove a point. Needle crystals, this will definitely give me polonium. Oh, actually, before I do that though, let's concentrate on the job at hand, because I still can't jump anywhere from where I am at the moment until I find germanium. And it's zinc again. Come on. Right, needle crystals. I'm going to guarantee you £5 British that these needle crystals will give me polonium. Yes, you can swap materials with Material Trader, but I would really like to be able to swap materials with other people, or have them as something that you can drop on the ground, because once you have them, you can't pick them up from another player, for example. Oh, and don't you hate the SRV turret aiming? Is awful. Oh, come on. Polonium, there we go. I did promise you polonium. What I can't guarantee though is germanium. Really annoying. What is this game? This game knows that I'm struggling for germanium, doesn't it? Because I can't find any. Sort this turret aiming out. Zinc, not what I need. Come on, let's get some germanium. Just one lot of germanium will probably get me out of where I am right now. I'm so close to a cluster of, well, a main arm of the galaxy. I really don't need more than maybe just one. When you collect one lump of germanium, you actually get 3 resources, due to the fact that everyone's struggling to get stuff, so struggling to get this hill at the moment. So Frontier Development said, okay, instead of just giving you 1 resource, we'll let you have 3 for each one. It's kind of nice of them, I guess. This buggy's acting like I'm on a cliff edge here. It'll be nickel, no doubt. Come on. Oh, sort this turret out as well. Little quality life improvements. The turret tends to aim below the target, like that. Which makes it frustrating. What was that? Carbon. I don't need carbon. Right, come on. Germanium. What is a commander? What does a commander have to do to get germanium? I need to find it in the next 10 minutes. Well, I need to end the stream anyway. Oh, great, I can't even get out of the hill now. Bigger run up. All the perils of the high G world. Oh, slow down. I don't want my SRV to go pop right now. Although you can collect resources with the ship alone. Don't particularly want to be doing that right now. My SRV is about to run out of ammo as well. Do you know, I think I'll have more luck not using these resources. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Right, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Finally, germanium. Hallelujah. There it is. 0 of 250. I now have 3. 250. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Ah, finally. Oh, look, needle crystals over there, which will have my polonium. Right. I am fairly confident I now have enough, even just with that one resource, to get out of where I am. Oh, okay. Polonium. Oh, SRP's went out of ammo. Hard work sometimes exploring. There we go, polonium. I would like one more chunk of, not that I'm greedy, just one more germanium. I will be ending the stream shortly, but I'd like to give you a nice mercury. Oh, what else is around? One more, last chance, and I'll leave you a nice screenshot to end the stream, I think. And of course, I really appreciate the fuel rats helping me out today, this evening during this stream live. Otherwise, it would have been end of this. It would have been end of this commander for a while. Until I could get my other explorer needle crystals. Okay, well, I'll go and get those as well, because that's polonium. And I'll leave you a screenshot to end the stream. Seriously. There you go, polonium. I've got plenty of that. Germanium's like the rarest resource right now. Right, let's go back to the ship and leave you some sort of screenshot, as I do need to end the stream. May you link the photo you took? Of course you can. Thank you very much. I shall have a look at myself. Very nice. Very nice indeedy. Can't beat a ringed Earth-like. Okay. Right, let's get back to the Twitch stream. I'm going to leave you with a nice photo. I may come back and harvest some more. Where do we want this to be? I think we'll go this way. Do I actually? Yeah, no, yeah, that'll work. Yep. Right, over this way. What have we got there? Ouch! That hurt. I wonder if these crystalline fragments will have what I need. There we go. I think this might make a good screenshot if I get them to position. Chromium. Some just germanium nightmare. Now I've got stuck on a mound. Right. Okay, let's find your screenshot to end the stream. I think just about over here. Do we have an active? Yeah, we'll go for that. There we go. Alright, this is for the screen. The money shot. Turn that off. There we go. Let's have a look. There we go. Something like that. We're not close enough to the Skull Nebula there. That's actually where we're going, by the way. That nebula in the centre of the screen right now. That's where we're heading. But like I say, we got caught short with no jumponium. So anyway, there we go. Let's get you a screenshot. Worthy. Make sure you can see the ship there. There, I think maybe. Something like that. In fact, maybe a little bit more top down. There. That'll do. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream there, and I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Yeah, thank you for the information on the SRV. I am aware of those options. It's just the issue of just having to switch views all the time and so on. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Many thanks again to the Fuel Rats for saving me. And I hope you're enjoying the view. And can we do a backflip of joy? No, it's probably a bad idea. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea doing that actually, because if my SRV exploded right now, that wouldn't be a good day. So yeah, it looks like my restream chat's catching up, which is, they must have had an outage or something. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate your feedback, help from the Fuel Rats as always. And now I will be off to the Skull and Crossbones Nebula and Age Night 22. Many thanks for the follow as well. Right, good night, Commanders. I will see you on the next one, and it's been a pleasure. So see you soon. In fact, I'll tell you what, I will leave you with a little footage from the planet Death. And so until next time, enjoy this. He says, not that. Enjoy this. Hi, babe. Right.
Why are you not dying in here with the heat?
It's a bit warm.
It's a bit warm. Upstairs.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I tamed it.